Alrighty, hello and welcome to Adam and Jen in the kitchen. Now, while we're away, we wanted to show how easy it is to actually make some really nice meals while you're camping. Off-grid, no power. In fact, our power's blown out, and so we're all on the PS2000 friendly power. However, we don't need that for this recipe. Now, family and friends, I've told about this recipe and they're dying to see it, so we finally thought we would do it for you now. So it is our version of chicken satay. We've grabbed little snippies from YouTube and whatnot, put this together from that to make what we think is the perfect satay. So what we do, we use chicken tenderloins. Reason for the tenderloin is when you're skewering, and you don't have to skewer by the way, but if you're going to skewer, all you have to do is use one whole tenderloin and just feed it through there rather than little chunks and pieces that might fall off and blah blah blah. So we're going to get Adam doing that a little bit later. I'm going to show you how to make the sauce, and it's super easy because you make the marinade and the sauce basically at the same time because it's basically the same ingredients. Super easy. Here we go. Okay, so the reason this is so simple to do, as I say, because you do the marinade and the sauce at the same time. When you're measuring out one, measure out the other, put that aside, and then it's done. Then all that has to happen is the chicken has to sit in the marinade. Here we go. 4 tablespoons of coconut milk to start. Now, we pinched a little bit of this last night, so I'm just going to take a little bit less than that, and that's for the marinade. So the bowl is the marinade.
Can you use cream as well? Coconut cream, or it has to be milk?
Cream? No, coconut cream. In fact, this is coconut cream. I prefer coconut cream because in my head I feel like it must be more creamy. I don't know if it works that way. Okay, so that's sort of 3. I'll give it a little doot, and we leave the rest for the sauce. And that's what I mean, like you do them both together. How easy is that? So good. Okay, the essential ingredient other than the peanut butter, and this is the sneaky bit that a lot of recipes are missing, and that is the red Thai curry paste. This is what gives it the flavor. It's like adding salt. It just brings it to life. So this is an essential. In the marinade, 1 1/4. I always above that. So that's essentially my 1.
Is that a tablespoon?
It's a tablespoon, sorry, correct, yeah. And then for the sauce, I have the 2 recipes going at the same time. As I say, 1 tablespoon for the sauce. If you do go too crazy on this, it can get a little hot. And as I say, the 1/4, so 1 1/4 for the marinade and 1 in the sauce. I will put up the recipe so you don't have to listen to me. Now, we always use coconut sugar. It just has a nicer taste. It's raw and it's less refined, less processed, as natural as you can possibly get. So that is also a tablespoon. Again, I just use the same thing, and it is also the same for the sauce. Fish sauce as well, tablespoon in both, nice and easy. Key ingredient, don't leave home without it. Amazing. Now, for the marinade, it says 1 1/2 tablespoons. Just give an extra little kick for that. Now the sauce is quite peanut buttery, so it takes 1/4 cup. So we can go a little bit more crazy. That's my version of 1/4, which is probably more like 1/2, but that's fine. It's essential, whatever. Squeeze of salt, or a pinch of salt rather, in the marinade, and that's the marinade done. So later on, what we'll do with the sauce is add some finely chopped garlic and a little squeeze of lemon. It also gets a little splash of sweet soy or ketchup mayonnaise, and that's it done. So now we can just concentrate on the marinade. Give it a good stir around. Might use my big spoon, eh?
So could I use crunchy peanut butter instead of smooth?
Sure, if you like texture, absolutely, and I like texture, that would be amazing. Just, I don't know why we always end up buying smooth, but we do. But this is what your marinade ends up looking like. About that pastiness. And that way it's really going to hang on to the chicken. Now what we're going to do is get old mate to skewer the chicken, and then I'm going to pour this all over it and let it sit in this tray already skewered. Now, most of the time we don't skewer this, but because we're away, it's going to be so much easier to cook it on the barbie if it's got skewers. And I use the metal ones, A, because I have them, and B, because they're going to be a lot easier to use on the barbecue. Nice little fat handle on them.
Not going to burn.
Not going to burn. See you soon. So I've got him in his position. He needs to sit for this job. It's very intense. And he is using 2 tenderloins per skewer. You can do whatever you want. How much do you think you'd pay for this?
Don't start. Well, I tell you what we pay at our local for one
tenderloin.
One tenderloin, but you get 3 skewers with a peanut sauce, and I think you got to pay extra for the rice. I think.
No, it comes with rice. It's only if you want extra rice.
Right. Well, it's $14, $18.
22.
It's $22.
Far out. Good story.
I'm usually drinking.
Wow, yeah,
so,
that's why you have no clue.
Anyway, Jen just goes up and pays. I don't know what she pays.
But it is as simple as this. How good is that? This is why I like to use the tenderloins. Now, if I wasn't skewering them, or having Adam skewer them, we usually just buy the chicken thigh quite happily, and
Chicken thigh is lovely.
it's got to be chicken thigh. You can do breast, but you got to work harder.
The thigh I find is better than the tenderloin, but the tenderloin just fits nicely on a skewer. Don't you dare. I don't normally have a barbecue going at home to char these up on the barbecue.
That's
so
right.
We normally just whack it in the oven.
Yeah.
It's just as nice.
Put it in one of these.
You end up pulling it off the skewer anyway.
Yeah, but I love the idea. While we're
the barbecue does give it a nice little chariness. It's lovely.
yeah, I'm hoping we can do these on the bars. Actually, can we?
Absolutely.
Brilliant. All right, so we're going to leave him to just finish off that. So we have been good, and we are using the free-range chicken tenderloins, and this will be dinner for tonight. Can't wait.
Giddy up.
Good job. Now, I'm just going to pour the marinade over the chicken. Rub that in, and this can marinate for as long as you've got. We've decided to do this in the morning, and then we might just go and visit a cheeky pub, maybe have a slice of pizza and a pint, and this is just going to get more and more flavoursome the longer it sits in there, and then we'll come back, and late this afternoon we're going to put it in the barbie. See you. Just getting the sauce underway. So it just takes a little bit of sort of, pressing the firm ingredients down so that you can slowly make a paste. While you're doing that, we just need to add a little bit of lemon juice, lime lemon juice, which is roughly a tablespoon, and our ketchup mayonnaise. So I'm just going to turn this down. Here's the ketchup mayonnaise, which will just add a bit of richness and sweetness to the dish. Maybe a seed or two as well.
You can probably avoid the seeds if you like, but...
Then add a tablespoon of finely chopped garlic. You get a nice smooth sauce. As soon as that's done, then turn this off. And you only just need to reheat it right before you're ready for it. But we thought we'd give this a go, mainly because we realised we only have one pot in the caravan.
And I need to do the rice.
And we've got to do the rice. So we're just going to actually heat this up so that it's a full liquid consistency, and it doesn't have the globby bits in it anymore. And then we're going to transfer it to a takeaway container and just give it a little whack in the microwave. Why? Because we have the power station powering the caravan, so we can use the microwave. We can do whatever we want. Okay, it's time. So these have been marinating for 5 hours, something like that. Double chicken tenderloin skewers. Time to get them on the barbecue. All right, chicken is off the barbie and ready to go. So this is our deliciously simple satay chicken. He is ready to go.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right, tuck in. We had to put the sauce into the microwave container because we had to cook the rice in the only pot that we have. You always have leftover sauce, so never be stingy. You're always going to see a few lumps in it as well. That's because you've got some garlic chunks in there.
And if you wanted to be fancy, you could do some peanuts in there, crushed peanuts, and maybe some coriander leaves, and you know, maybe, I don't know, some fried shallots.
Fried shallots would be delicious, eh?
Yeah, we normally have fried shallots or something like that, but
we're camping, mate. All right, so that is our chicken satay with red Thai curry. Bloody amazing. Enjoy. Best recipe.